Welcome back to McCoy and Van Noy. We are sitting here at the Toyota Land Cruiser set at Super Bowl 59, and I am one half of your gracious host, none other than Gerald McCoy, the 93rd wonder of the world. Big chest from the Midwest, that one that never fails, and Killer knows why.
Because he's from the South Side of the 405.
Killer, we are back. We are back. I one half of your gracious host, and my gracious co-host is
Kyle Van Noy, two-time Super Bowl champ, Pro Bowler.
Hey!
And we are back, currently playing for the Ravens, still under contract for another year. We are here at Radio Row. Yeah. I'm ready to go, G. This is exciting.
Hey, later we got Trey Hendrickson and Micah Parsons. But first, the dynamic duo is back together.
We are back.
We are back. And we are live. August live. So, I've never won a Super Bowl. So I always ask Killer, like, hey, what is it like to win a Super Bowl? But Killer used to ask me, what's the Pro Bowl like? What is that? You know what? I ain't got to tell him no more. Yes. So my dog Killer just came from the Pro Bowl. We are going to let him tell us, what was your experience like? You know I'm hyped. I love it.
We got to talk about it last night.
I was like, the part that I want him to experience, forget the game and all that, it's the lead up to the game. How was that?
Yeah. You know, like we talked about, when you get there, everybody's just showing love.
Oh, man.
It was awesome. Like, the family experience is the best.
For sure.
Going there was definitely a dream of mine, and then to make it a reality makes it so much sweeter. And then I know it took 11 years, but I enjoyed it, and I think I cherished it even more than maybe I would have when I was younger. So timing was right. It just happened to be at the great time. And you go in and you go into the locker room, and the locker room was obviously a big open meeting room. But you see your shirt there with your last name.
When you walk in, everybody going to their stuff. You're like, dang, that's safe and noise.
With the Pro Bowl games and all that. And then I get to see who I was sitting next to. I sit next to one of my former teammates, Patrick Queen, and then next to me was Samalu from Pittsburgh Steelers. So just kind of seeing everybody and chatting with everybody was an amazing experience. My favorite part was Universal.
Of course.
They shut it down for just the Pro Bowl players and the families for 4 hours.
Yeah.
You can go on the ride as many times as you want.
Heck yeah.
So if you wanted to go on the Velociraptor, which is the craziest ride I've ever been on.
It's the best ride I've ever rode. Yes, it is.
You can go on it 6 times in a row.
I know, man. God dang.
Oh, but the best part was doing rides with the kids.
Yeah, of course.
Just seeing the enjoyment. My daughter got to ride her first roller coaster ride. She'll be 3 this month.
Yeah.
So just seeing her enjoyment of a roller coaster ride, just seeing it from her eyes was amazing. Then my son, lunatic.
Yeah.
Food, running, rides.
Just run up and grab too.
Run up and grab.
Yeah.
He's like, do I got to pay for this?
No, you don't. No, you don't.
That's on me. That's on me.
I got this. Yeah.
That's on me. So amazing experience. Amazing to talk to players. The information you get from players.
That was going to be my next question. Talking to other like-minded people who, for lack of better words, are on the same level as you. One, talking to them, knowing they have respect for you and what you've done. That was the great feeling for me when I walked through, and you may see a name that might be like, this is his name, but when he shake your head, like, bro, man, you balled this year. That is a great feeling. It was
sweet. And I'll bring the conversation right the first night.
Yeah.
You get in Wednesday, and the first night they have a dinner with everybody. The families are coming in. They have games for the kids. The first player that came up to me didn't even think he knew me, but he was a former teammate of yours.
Yeah.
Great dude, Mike Evans.
Absolutely.
And he came up 2014 draft class. It was like I've known him my whole life.
I'm telling you.
And just what we talked about, and it was just like a mutual respect kind of family thing. Was awesome.
Well, y'all are family. Both y'all beige.
Yeah.
So y'all this is my beige brother. Of course we've been family, but that's what I'm saying, man. That is an incredible part of being at the Pro Bowl, and I'm just glad, You had opportunity.
And I hate to cut you off, but I see Joe Burrow, and I got to talk about Joe Burrow just for a sec.
Hey, Joe Cool is behind the cameras, y'all. Y'all just don't see it.
We were playing the game, getting ready for the game.
Yeah.
And I watched his, see him channel his.
Seen him lock in.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And I was like, now I know what I'm going up against.
Exactly.
I was so excited to get on the field to go against him because it was you saw his warm up, you saw mentally the space he got to before the game, and it was just a flag football game.
Yeah,
but
of course.
I now know his mindset.
Yeah.
And I'm ready.
Now you know what you're getting ready for.
Now you know.
And that's what you can go to the Pro Bowl and you can approach it a couple of different ways. You can go and say, I'm just here to have fun. Or you can do what I did and what you just did. I'm watching every single one of y'all. I know I got to play against you. I got to play against you. I'm watching the offensive line. How you get ready for the game? How are you taking this week? I'm trying to gain an edge. Forget all that. I'm looking. I remember my first Pro Bowl was Russell Wilson's rookie year. And we were on the bus. And I'm just feet up. I'm like, shoot, man. I'm from Tampa. I played in Tampa. We ain't win much, whatever. And I'm just happy to be here. Russ and Drew Brees are going over the playbook. They're going over the playbook over and over. And I'm like, for the Pro Bowl? And I said, that's why Russ was a Pro Bowler as a rookie. That's why Drew Brees is who he is.
He was doing that again.
And I know. And that's why I'm like, all right, I know what I need to do. Yeah. So you know what, man? I'm hyped for my brother that you got a chance to experience. I know it was great. So some news happened last night.
So much news.
Much news.
I feel like there's been a lot of news.
A lot of news.
Negative news too.
Yeah.
We should say, our thoughts and prayers with those that the plane crashed.
Yeah, for sure.
That was
for sure
very sad. So just news in general.
Man.
Crazy.
Yeah, the plane crashes are insane. They're like stacking. So prayers out to all those families and everything that's going on. But football news. I guess you could say the biggest news so far this week is Myles Garrett asked for a trade.
Ooh-wee.
I know.
And what's crazy is I'm not shocked after being around him.
That's what this is the stuff y'all don't get to see when we at the Pro Bowl. But my thoughts on it real quick is I've been in a situation where you give everything you have to a franchise. You've been loyal. I signed my second contract with the Bucs, and then it got to a point where I just didn't think we were going to win.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what? Kind of just want to part ways. It went the way it went. The first place I went to visit was the Cleveland Browns. And they asked Myles Garrett, how would you feel about having this guy? And he said, we good with what we got. And I was like, dang, all right. But I could have taken it one or two ways. I could have taken it personal and said that's disrespect. But how I seen it is he's loyal to who he's with. His boys he's around, his organization he's with. He's been a defensive player of the year. He's a finalist again this year. He's earned the right to say, I want to go in. He's a legacy guy, and he's one of those people that with his individual career, you want to attach it with a championship.
Facts.
Or to say he won as well. Yeah. And you've never seen him say, me. He's done that once, and it was this year when he said, I'm the guy, and it was targeted towards T.J. Watt. Yeah. But it was in representation of his team, which had just won the game, and he had 3 sacks, and they needed every one of them.
Yeah.
So, how you feel about him, asking for a trade and where you think he might be a great fit?
Yeah, I'm not surprised after the talks and, listening and kind of him not explaining, but just talking ball. We're on the bus, and it's Micah Parsons, it's Trey Hendrickson, and it's him, and we're all talking shop. And I'm giving it to Micah Parsons, I'm not trying to hear all those excuses you're talking about. Yeah. You either can or you can't. Right. And just hearing Myles Garrett talking, shop, it was an awesome bus ride. To be a fly on the wall would have been amazing for the fans. But not surprised. Very, very good player. And I'm okay with what he's doing.
Yeah, me too.
I think for so long players kind of just are not okay with where they're at. They're kind of stuck.
Yeah.
In their situation. And Myles is like, no, I want out.
Take control of my situation.
I'm in my situation. I want to be on a winning team.
Yeah.
And if I got to do what Jimmy Butler's doing or did, with basketball, then that's what I got to do in football. I think it's going to get ugly, personally, of how the Brown situation, the GM, and you knew it was kind of coming because why would the GM come out weeks ago and say, I have no intentions of trading Myles Garrett?
Yeah.
Clearly they had a conversation after the season, maybe in an exit interview.
Yeah.
But like where I would like to see him go, out of the AFC North.
I told people, I said, listen, if they do trade him, whoever it is, they getting him out the AFC.
Yes.
They sending him to the NFC.
Yes.
They tired of dealing with that.
Get his ass out of here. Yeah. I do like what people have been bringing up, the reports, and then him saying absolutely to the Commanders. I like that. I'm telling
you, man, they got all that room.
Yep.
The team is growing. Playing for Dan Quinn, he would be, man, I mean, you have to ask me where I would like to.
Here's something I'll throw out.
Yeah.
What about Houston? And I know you're going to be like, you got Danielle Hunter, you got Will Anderson.
Okay.
But what if you kind of trade them for Danielle Hunter? Because you're actually
and throwing a couple
something,
extra pieces or a few picks?
Yeah, because you're still on rookie contract with C.J. Stroud. You have Danielle Hunter, who's a Pro Bowl all-player.
Yeah.
Maybe they're like, maybe we want to pair him up with Will Anderson.
Yeah.
Add another element. That was kind of something I've been sitting on thinking about.
Yeah.
They have some pieces that they could draft picks, but it's a home run play.
I like it, but that's still the AFC.
I know.
Or
Buccaneers.
We
knew it.
Yes. And it's for good reason. Okay, I know I am biased. I'm extremely biased, but I have a method behind my madness.
Okay.
The Bucs got Simeon Rice. They won the Super Bowl. They went and got Shaq Barrett. JPP was already there. They went and got Shaq Barrett. He led the league in sacks. A couple years later, Super Bowl. They haven't missed the playoffs since Tom has been there. But at the end of the year, we signed Shaq Barrett back because we didn't have edge rush. Our 4 leading sackers, 3 were interior guys, and then Levante David. He's a middle linebacker. If we had enough on the edge, we wouldn't have needed to sign Shaq Barrett, who was sitting at home all year. So you go out and get a Myles Garrett, get a couple young pieces in the back end.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Then let's throw it on the flip side.
Yeah.
Need a quarterback. Falcons. They got a quarterback.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins. Are you can throw that in there?
No, I can't.
You're going to have to throw in a bunch of other stuff.
The reason I can't, because it would be a detriment to the Bucs. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. You think I want to deal? Well, we got Tristan Wirfs. That'll be a great battle. I got Myles edging that. I'm sorry, Tristan. I love you, but I'm a defensive guy.
Myles is a
dog,
problem.
Man. Myles is a dog. But either way, regardless of where he ends up, I think we both agree that he deserves to take control of whatever he does, man. And I pray that everything works out for him. And you mentioned Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler forced his way out, and he went to the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah.
How you feel about that?
Okay, first I want to talk about how crazy it is before we talk. It's part of the Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
Reports came out today saying that Kevin Durant vetoed the trade to go back to Golden State. It was a done deal. Jimmy was supposed to go to Phoenix, and Kevin Durant was supposed to go to Golden State, and Andrew Wiggins was going to go to Miami.
Yeah.
But Kevin Durant said no.
Nah.
Why? What do you think?
Well,
you think
he asked
they're
out
beefing,
the first time?
You think they're beefing him and Draymond are beefing so bad you don't want to go back?
No, I don't think it's a him and Draymond thing. When I'm Kevin Durant's my favorite player, so I watch all his interviews and everything he do. KD did a sit down and he said, once I'm done with where I've been, I like new ventures.
Yeah.
I like new. That's why OKC was an option to go back. He didn't go back to OKC.
Good. Yeah.
Brooklyn, time went past. He said, Golden State, I love what we did in that time, but I'm set out to do something new. He doesn't want to go back to where he's been or go, he wants to do something fresh. So going back there, I don't think was ever an option for him. I don't think it has nothing to do with beef or nothing like that. It's not that serious to KD. He just want to hoop. He say it all the time. Y'all make it big. I just want to hoop.
Yeah.
So I think that's just what it was. And he be hooping.
Yeah, he be hooping.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's get to Jimmy Buckets. Forcing his way out, going to Golden State. I believe he signed an extension already.
Yeah.
I don't think they got that much better.
Yeah, I see it, and to me, this is how it is. That's my guy, man. That's one of my mentors, Drew Brees, behind the camera, man. One of the GOATs. Drew!
He's such a quarterback.
Yeah, he's such a quarterback. He's
come on, looking good, Drew Brees.
Yeah, Drew looks great, but I just think they know the window's closing for Steph and this whole thing. So they trying to do something drastic. Steph said we need to do something.
Yeah.
So they just did. They did what they thought might be something. But
if I was Steph, I would have said peace.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
I love y'all, man. I appreciate everything y'all did. But they like, shoot, we got to do something to keep Steph here because he's bringing in his money still.
Yep,
so I don't think they got that much better. But, I mean, it just goes to show the difference in our sport and theirs.
Yeah.
They say, I don't want to do this, and they can get their way out.
There's so much money involved.
So much money. So I just don't know if Myles will be able to do the same thing. But
I hope he does.
I hope so, too.
Yeah. I think he has earned the right to do what he's about to do.
Yeah.
If I think he's going to do what he's doing.
Exactly.
He's earned it by the way he's played, and he's that good.
Yeah.
Like, he is a game changer.
Yeah, you give up a couple first-round picks. First-round picks are 50-50.
Facts.
Myles Garrett is 100.
100.
If you get 2 or 3 of them, Myles, do it.
And
whatever.
He's durable, too.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
he's 29. Let's not talk about age because it don't matter.
That don't matter.
Yeah.
You know how I know it don't matter?
Yeah.
Because my guy killer. But, yeah, man. So, I don't know what's going to happen with Golden State. Hope things work out for Myles Garrett. But we are here.
Yeah.
Because there is a football game being played.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked a little bit about it already in our little pre-show we did yesterday. But we got to give our final predictions. Have you had time to think about it? I know you've been in your Pro Bowl lore and you've been floating on the cloud, but we got to come back down to
come back to reality.
The reality.
All right.
We got to talk a little football because there is a game being played.
Bummer. But we got to talk about it right after a break, right?
Are we taking a break? Oh, okay. We will talk about it after taking a break. As I go to my single, we'll be right back. Welcome back to McCoy and Van Noy, man. We are live at Radio Row on the Toyota Land Rover set at Super Bowl 59, and we are back.
He got drafted in front of me.
Who got drafted
Malcolm Smith.
Man, hey, if anybody got a camera, pan to him. We can say, why my dog killing now?
I was super mad about that.
Yeah.
I'm going to just go off script real quick.
Let's do it.
Malcolm Smith was 2014 draft class. He got drafted by the Eagles. Chip Kelly. I wanted to go to Oregon so bad growing up. That was like on the West Coast, Oregon was it. So when I sat in my chair for Chip Kelly at the Combine, I said, Chip Kelly, don't make the mistake of not giving me a chance to play for the Eagles on that first round slot. He said, yeah. You know, he liked I gave him a little bit of juice and whatnot, but he eventually didn't pick me.
Yeah.
So then guess what I do when I see him next? When he was out of a job.
Yeah.
You should have
picked me. I'm over here running.
Yep.
Doing like
I was
this.
with the Patriots.
Yeah.
Yep. Doing
of
good.
course, man. Yeah. So there is a game being played.
There is.
And we have to talk about it. You had some time to think about it.
I have.
what have you come to the conclusion of?
George Kittle.
Hey, George, can you come shake my hand? Hey, everybody.
How you doing?
This is McCoy and Van Noy, but this is George Kittle.
What's up, G? How you doing?
This is Kyle Van Noy shaking
you.
hands with George Kittle. Are you here with Little Caesars?
Yeah, pizza.
Hey, pizza. We got George Kittle. Impromptu.
Do you have to eat?
Do you got to eat pizza? Do you gotta?
Yeah.
No, we not. We just hey, listen. We are a family here at Yahoo. There you go. That's George Kittle. I don't know who he has. I know he would rather be here. I know you would rather be here playing, but they're not. Kansas City is, and Philadelphia is. So who do you got, Killer, and why?
Okay. I mentioned it earlier about the X Factor on the last show, or excuse me, 2 shows ago. You did the last show. I'm going to go with the Eagles.
Okay.
I think they're going to come in with the mindset of we just have to play our game.
Yeah.
And what is their game? Their game is methodical on defense, no big plays, and offensively run the ball. Bread and butter.
Yep.
I think that's what they're going to rely on. It's not going to be everybody's wants like this, the big run by
huge
Saquon,
runs
all
and
of
plays.
that. They want that. But I honestly think the more methodical their defense is playing against Patrick Mahomes and the more methodical their offense is the way to go.
Yeah.
Getting Patrick Mahomes off the field while they're running the ball is going to be a key. And then defensively, playing tough in the red area. Because Patrick Mahomes, they are going to move the ball. Andy Reid is that dude calling plays. I just think it's red area, not letting them score touchdowns, making them kick field goals, and then offensively, methodically chewing up the time of possession and scoring touchdowns.
Yeah, and for that reason is why I have Kansas City. But it's great that you made that point, being methodical, because you know what Kansas City does? They control the clock.
Yes, they are. They're one of the best, if not the best.
You play with the GOAT, and he said on TV, if you want to win in these games, you got to be great on third down, control the clock, and score points in the red zone, and most importantly, technique in the clutch. Go back to your fundamentals. And Kansas City, if you give all the different stats and don't put a name to the stats, the average numbers, you're not going to say that's Kansas City. But the record, that's Kansas City, because they know how to win games. And with them being methodical and just keeping the game close enough, they have a guy or 2 people that can do what you told me, which it was great that you said this, because I've been telling everybody this. You said Tom Brady, y'all knew defensively, if we keep the game close enough and give him time, he'll figure you out.
Yeah.
They got 2 people that can do that, the quarterback and Andy Reid.
Yeah.
So for me, it's going to come down to this, though, even though I got Kansas City winning. Remember in 2017 when the game was close, you'll remember, and Brandon Graham made that one play, just one. Will Kansas City's O-line be able to hold up in that one time where they need them to block one-on-one? They can manipulate the defense as long as the game goes. But at some point, that O-line is going to have to block that Philly D-line one-on-one. And will they be able to do it? If they can, I believe that they can get a win. So here we are again. Killer got Philly.
Yes.
I got Kansas City.
Okay. Are you doing a score?
Yeah, I'm going 28-21.
Okay.
I'm not a field goals guy, even though they matter. I'm just not a field goals guy, so I'm going to go 28-21, Kansas City. Last thing I want to say. You can't coach speed, which is what Philly have.
Oh, yeah.
But there's no substitution for experience. Andy Reid and Spags have seen it all. They've seen a dynamic running back before. They just faced him last year in Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
They've seen top defenses. They've seen top offense. There's nothing they haven't seen.
Yeah.
So that's my final evaluation.
And I'll throw into, I think the Eagles are still pissed off the last time they lost to the Chiefs. I think that's something that's brewing inside of them. A lot of the guys return. Jalen Hurts wants to redeem himself, as well as, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. You guys got guys like Darius Slay, CJ, and some new guys.
Yep.
So I think they're going to rely on those guys where the stars need to play like the stars. I hope both teams, I hope they score a lot of points. I hope it's an entertaining game for all of us. But I truly think the Eagles are ready to take that next step as a group.
Yeah.
Because of what they went through, who they added, just how the season's gone. I think they're ready.
And last thing, you said something about being pissed off. Joe Cullen, my defensive line coach while I was in Tampa for a few years, is the D-line coach of Kansas City on this run. I know what he's telling them. I talked to him.
Ooh.
I know what he's telling that D-line.
Right. So that's why you're going with the Chiefs right there.
This is an exclusive, all right? This is what he would say to us. Saquon Barkley, like you said, because of who they added, people are believing this one man can beat their entire defense. He knows it's impingent on the D-line to do their job to stop this guy. And they're going to be pissed off that people believe that they can't do it. Because they didn't stop the run versus Houston. They didn't stop James Cook. The Buffalo Bills stopped James Cook. So they know what people are saying, and they know who's on the other side. I think they are going to take it personal.
I'm excited for that matchup.
And that's why I love this matchup. Man. Yeah, so Killer has Eagles. I have Kansas City. That is our final picks. Do you have a score?
Let's just throw out 27-24 Eagles.
27-24 Eagles. I got 28-21 Kansas City. Next, we will be back with Trey Hendrickson. Oh, we got a great one for you. We'll be right back. Welcome back to McCoy and Van Noy. We are here live at Radio Row on the Toyota Land Cruiser set at Super Bowl 59. And for me, I'm retired. All right? I'm retired. So I'm going to stake this claim for them. They don't have to say it. Fellas, stay quiet. I got this. I'm sitting here with two parts of the best division of rushers in all of the NFL. 2 parts of it. There's 2. My brother Kyle Van Noy, and of course, Defensive Player of the Year finalist, about time NFL, god dang. My man Trey Hendrickson. What's up, my brother?
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Not for you too, there.
Thanks.
This is the year of people getting their credit. God dang it.
Let's go.
I love it.
I'll jump in first just because I got to spend time with a little bit about Trey last week at the Pro Bowl. And we talked a little bit on the bench, but I want you to talk. This is your chance to kind of glow a little bit. You talked about your mindset. I got chills thinking about it because you talked about the mindset, and I was like, oh, me and him are friends. Because you talked about his mindset and what drives you and what you wanted to be in the Pro Bowl, but I just want you to talk about your mindset in a game. Like when you go into the game and you're lined up, what are your thoughts? Because I know being around you just for a little time, the mindset you have, I just want you to dive into it a little bit deeper because of the pass rusher you are, the player you are, the leader you are. Just dive into your mindset a little bit.
Yeah. I think mindset is something that goes incredibly underappreciated in the NFL. I mean, you have to tell yourself that I'm going into what is our modern combat, right? And you set the tone with a very physical and aggressive. It's an aggressive sport, like we at any level of the position. But with that mindset to get yourself prepared to do that, and then that opens up the speed rushes that everybody likes to see. But it's a physical game where you're playing with your hands, you're putting it on, and obviously. As you go in through it and you're meditating on what's going to happen and you believe in yourself. And obviously I give credit to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Amen.
And through that, he's done great things with me. But, it's that mindset and preparation that is, I believe, the difference.
Yeah, and I talked about people getting their credit. This is the year of people getting their credit. I played for the Bucs for a long time, so I was in the NFC South. And we, in our D-line room, of course, we knew who Cam Jordan was, but we like, hey, man, that dude on that other side, and this is how I noticed him. I don't wear gloves. I didn't wear gloves when I played. So anybody who doesn't wear gloves, that's the first thing I see. Before I get off, before they number, if I look down, I'm like, oh, dude ain't got on gloves. I haven't wore gloves since high school. And then I tried to put gloves back on in college, and my mentor, Tommy Harris, who was a first-round pick to Chicago Bears, he said he came back for a game, and we getting ready to play Texas A&M. I had on gloves. He said, hey, man, what are you doing? Take that off, take your fingers up, and let's get to it. So when I noticed Trey not wearing gloves, I said, oh, I know that's a dog right there. So we noticed years ago, but now everybody else notices. How does that feel? You finally get your recognition, your Defensive Player of the Year finalist. I mean, year after year, consistent football play. But finally, people are saying this is one of the best in all of football. How does that feel?
Well, I mean, starting off special teams, I think that's a good start
Get
for everybody. Those are live bullets out there. And, that's where that toughness, comes from. It's like, you're trying to get better. I had Mike Westhoff. Everybody's seen the Hard Knocks with him. Every bit of it. So he was amazing. But then to play with guys, like I'd love to take all the credit, but even the teammates I've made, Demario Davis, Malcolm Jenkins, Cam Jordan, Thomas Morstead. How to become a vet at a young age. And through that, I've been able to, mentor myself, which is a humbling thing in the National Football League. But going back to not wearing gloves, I think that's the same thing, the mentality. It's a mentality sport. If they're not working, take them off and and put them on.
I mean, even in the cold, no gloves, man. It was cold one game this year. I'm like, dang, my dog still ain't putting nothing on. Yeah, he was
toughness of the mind.
Still out there balling, man. Y'all got really close this year. Really close to getting in that tournament. Man, how did that feel? Y'all won the necessary games.
How
so
it feels.
No, I don't.
It doesn't feel good when you lose, even when you're in the tournament.
I understand that, but I'm saying you got so close. You know how many times we wasn't close?
Yeah, that's fair.
Because of them. They was the reason we wasn't close.
And Drew Brees, the comb over.
You see what I'm saying? But to fight through adversity, it has to be the mindset of the leaders, which you talked about. To fight through adversity, which is what y'all did, and to get that close, man, y'all were right there.
Yeah. It's kind of been 2 years of that. I mean, the adversities of losing your starting quarterback in Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Credit to Jake Browning. I think he's a great quarterback. He's been basically running the scout team with leadership and discipline as well. Can't say enough of good things about him. But also, being outside looking in these kind of environments instead of playing in this game, watching it. That's tough, but it is also a special thing when you do punch your ticket into the playoffs.
Yeah, for sure.
Because that's what it's all about, is winning the Super Bowl.
Get in the tournament.
So my next question is, what are you still going for? Because now you have the SAC title. You've had Pro Bowls, All Pros. Obviously you're going for the Super Bowl. What are you trying to do as far as personally? Are you trying to continue the legacy in Cincy? I know you're on your last year of your deal. You definitely deserve a raise. So Cincy, give my man a raise.
Hey, my guy, man.
Like, where are you turning? Are you turning more to? You said you alluded to being a vet. Are you taking guys under your wing? Are they coming down to where you live and training with you, or are you still trying to have the personal goal of being Defensive Player of the Year? Kind of what's next for you goal-wise of what you're trying to do just for your person. Take the team away. Just talk about yourself for a little bit. What are your personal goals left of what you're trying to do in the league?
Yeah, when you talk about legacy and stuff like that, I think that's something that I have no control in, right? Because you've had incredible seasons and you're at your first Pro Bowl, which is astonishing, and you are a Pro Bowler.
Thank you, man. Appreciate
but those things are out of your control. All-Pro, Defensive Player of the Year, those kind of goals. I want to play the best brand of football I can and glorify the Lord with it. And, there's a Casting Crown song that's only Jesus. I don't necessarily want to leave a legacy because we're only here for a certain amount of time,
fair.
And but to play football and my brand of football and have it like the way I want to be, I love playing the game.
Yeah, you do.
And
I wish I was teammates.
And hopefully people know that. And it's always great to have respect from your peers. I think that's a cool part about football is when you meet a guy and they say they respect your game and you respect theirs. I think that's something that we mutually know what we're going through, and that's a tremendous part about these accolades.
And I love that, man. Audience of one. That's what I call it. Audience of one. Not worried about what everybody else is saying, only doing everything you do to glorify God. I love that.
I do too.
Yeah. Well, you here with Old Spice.
Yes.
I see your Old Spice shirt. You got your Old Spice.
No doubt.
Total body over there, man. Tell it. What's it? Ooh, smell good.
Keeping the NFL fresh 24/7. Total body, dry field deodorant. It's been incredible, to represent them. And, obviously I urge more guys in the NFL to wear it.
Yeah.
Because,
I'm going to keep it 100,
we all know.
I'm going to keep it 100. I use Old Spice body wash
No
and
doubt.
deodorant.
Yeah.
It's
real.
provided.
Seriously.
Use it.
Yeah, for sure, man.
So,
yeah. Well, it's been great having you, man.
Yeah,
I love
Trey.
hearing your outlook, not just on the game, but on life and everything moving forward. A lot more people need to be outspoken about Jesus and about God and not be afraid to stand apart. People in our generation now are so afraid to stand alone, but you are not. And from me to you, from Killer to you, from Yahoo to you, man, we respect it and we appreciate it. We appreciate you coming on. And tonight's the night. We all find out. Let's see.
Hold on. Who you got? Eagles, Chiefs?
Oh, yeah. Let's get your pick.
I'm going to tend to go to the AFC. We played them. Both of them were tough opponents this year. They both beat us. Obviously, we wish we had those back. But, at the end of the day, I think Pat Mahomes is special and nothing but success for him
all right.
during the Super Bowl.
So we got Trey Hendrickson. He has the Kansas City Chiefs. And hopefully – he has a defensive player of the year. We shall see. We appreciate you coming on, brother. We'll be right back. We got Micah Parsons coming up. We love y'all. We see y'all just a second. Welcome back to McCoy and Van Noy. We are live at Radio Row. We are sitting here on the Toyota Land Cruiser set at Super Bowl 59. And again, the rushers have showed up to come kick it with McCoy and Van Noy. We got one of, forget rushers, defensive players. We got one of the best players in all of football that was willing to join us. My dog, Micah Parsons. What's up, my brother?
Thanks for coming.
Appreciate you coming on, man.
Yeah.
Killer, you had something to say? You want to?
Yeah, I gotta lob him over.
Yeah.
We were talking off camera a little bit about Madden.
Okay.
He played one of my former teammates, Derwin James, out at the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
I don't think it went the way Micah wanted to.
Yeah.
But
Micah, the ultimate competitor.
Oh, yeah.
So, I
we'll
need
get
to hear
into
this.
that. We got to get into it.
I need to hear this.
So tell us about Madden. What we got?
All right, so they're going to make sure this one right because they're going to have all the abilities in the game.
Yeah.
All the players going to be set up right. They're going to set their roster. But it's the biggest moment of the year, Madden Bowl. It's the biggest tournament that they do every year. 250,000 on the line.
Mm-hmm. Oh, let's go.
Yeah, they getting paid.
Yeah.
And not only that, what's cool about that is it's all of us in the game. So it's going to be all our creative players, things like that, which is, really dope. But, at the end, it's usually a great event. They actually got some Jelly Roll performing Friday night. So it's going to be a dope event.
Oh,
I think
dope.
this is going to be like the better event they've done in a real long time.
Yeah, I do got to ask. I don't play Madden. I play other games. Do you play yourself?
Yeah, when I play kids.
That's fine. That's
you
fine.
Play kids?
When I play kids, I just do like mid blitz the whole game.
Yeah, for sure.
If my player got like 5 steps, they're like, Mike, it's like, you're so unbelievable. Like,
that's awesome.
Hey, and we talk about like your competitive nature, man.
Hell yeah.
You want to win at everything. You believe you can sumo wrestle. You want to play running back. You was an MVP of a celebrity basketball game. Like, where did that competitive nature come from? We are the best competitors, the most competitive people in the world, professional football players. But it's like your competitive nature is like, it's in a different strategy.
It don't matter if we play rock, paper, scissors. We can play spades right here. He think he's going to win. I don't think he's going to win, but he ain't going to win.
And he's not messing around. Like, he don't, hey, listen, don't play with him in his competing.
Yeah.
And before you answer that, I remember when people were giving you a hard time about your podcast and going here and doing all this. And my answer to that was, so you got a person who don't want to lose in nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing in life.
Facts.
That's who you're worried about being ready for the season?
Facts.
He don't want to lose in nothing in life.
On top of that.
So the thing that he loves the most, that pays his bills, is the one he's not going to be prepared for.
And on top of that, especially when he did it during the season this year, he was injured. He had a little injury thing. But to come out and finish with 12 sacks in like 9 games.
Y'all got to tighten up in Dallas. I live in Dallas, too. Y'all got to tighten up, man.
Anyway, we'll
answer your competitive nature, my brother.
We had to set the record straight for everybody.
Yeah, for sure. So it was like I had a brother and sister growing up about both 3.5, 4.5 years older than me. And just growing up, it was just always a competition. Like, it was just always like, I'm better in wrestling. So I go win a state title. I go win a national tournament. My brother come in 3rd or 2nd. I was like, I told you I'm better than you. Or like my sister, like she was a basketball champion. She would do her thing in basketball. So I do like football and like all these other things. But it was like we were all 3-sport athletes. We wanted to be the best. Like we were literally going against each other in everything we did. And then it was like that across my family. My dad was a huge Madden competitor, played on the Madden bus and stuff growing up. So, like, it was just, like, always a challenge. That, like, and, you know, I grew up in the, you know, era of if you lose, you off the sticks.
Yeah, you get off the sticks.
Yeah, so it's like.
Try to stay on the sticks, bro.
If you, like, you get off, you got an hour wait. Hour, 2 hour wait. So it's like, so I just got that competitive nature. Like, I got to be great at everything I do. Like, I got to win now.
I love it.
So we need to really just shout out Micah's pops and his siblings.
Hey, we appreciate y'all for giving us Micah Parsons. And speaking of that, imitation is the greatest form of flattery. You got a guy that's following in your footsteps, same number, everything coming out of Penn State, Abdul Carter.
Yeah.
Tell us what you see from him, similarities, how you think he can do in the league, and just speak a little bit about how he's been in college and what you expect.
Yo, so first of all, what I appreciated him was like last year he hit me up. He was like, "Yo, I just want to spend like a week and a half with you."
That's
like, I just
that's kid that want to learn, man. He don't know everything. I love that.
So off rip, I was like, "Bro, hell yeah, I'm finna be in New York. I'm getting after it. Come, I'm gonna teach you things that's gonna take you way further this year than you ever gonna do." So the first thing I did was like I told my guys like, "Yo, this week we got to go into deep waters. We got to train double as hard because he's coming and this is important to me."
Yeah.
So he comes out, and the first day he's like, "Dog, I ain't never run a mile before."
Yeah.
I was like, "You gotta run a mile because this is how you get your window.
Yep.
You gotta learn how to breathe in tough situations because this is gonna happen in games. When you learn how to breathe, everything else comes easier.
For sure.
The mile teaches you how to breathe." So I was like, "All right." So the first day he's like struggling. So I'm like, "All right, he's like." And then after that day, he's like, "Yo,
he run an 8-minute mile."
Right.
I can run an 8-minute mile. But
bro, you can run a 6-minute mile,
bro.
The
fastest I ever done was like 7:30.
Okay, that's good.
But I'm almost at 2:50 though.
Yeah, that's good.
So anyway, so the second day he's like, "Bro," I was like, "We're gonna do it again this time. Whatever you do, just take your time. You don't gotta go as fast as us. Just finish it."
Yeah.
So he finishes it, this time, and I'm like, "Good, as long as you finish it." But throughout the week, he just progressively got better and better and better. And I told him, I was like, "Bro, this is what's gonna take. Like, it's great. You could be the number one rusher. Remember, you're switching this year, but like, can you put the work in to be the number one pick?" And when he did that, like the guys at Penn State told me, it like transitioned over.
Man. You gotta be around greatness.
To when he happened to the football season. So it was like I was pushing him and everything.
So dope.
So when we was doing treadmill runs, if I hit 19, he was trying to hit 19. When we did, competition on the ski master
thing,
he he beat me and he was like, I was like, okay, I was like, that's the feeling. Now I want you to do that everything you do because that's what I do to get better. I compete in everything I do.
Yeah, I love that.
And I was like,
to have a big brother like him,
man,
though.
Listen, your mentor. See, my mentor is Warren Sapp. So it's like, you see what I'm saying?
You guys win.
I got Warren
didn't
Sapp.
have one.
Abdul Carter. I got Micah Parsons.
Good luck.
Like, dang, to have that guy. So speaking of people you're close to, the NBA world was shook up when they sent Luka to LA and they brought AD down to Dallas, man. I've been to these games. I've seen you and Luka's relationship. Where were you at and how did you feel when they was like, "Hey, y'all take him"? And they just like kind of gave him away. Yeah. It wasn't like, and give us your whole organization. They was just like, "Here."
You also have to say, guess whose city it is now?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It
already was, but like, it's his.
Yeah.
Sure. I was playing spades in Orlando with my family when it dropped at like midnight.
Yeah, it was crazy, bro.
That's crazy.
Honestly, bro, I really couldn't believe it, bro. But it's such a reality check because it's like no matter how much you do for an organization, and I mean we see it all the time. Like I believe if a guy did 9-10 years in a program was always great. Like, you should give them 1-year deals to kind of fizzle them out. Like, but oftentimes we see all the time, like, in the business where they don't care. They just do what they want to do. But it's honestly sad, man. I wanted to see the Mavs win a championship, and obviously I wanted to bring a championship back to Dallas. I thought what I could do on the football field, what he could do on the court, if we brought 2 titles back to Dallas within the next, couple of years, it would have set everything on fire.
Absolutely.
Dallas is back to where it needs to be.
For sure.
Yeah.
But, we just got to hope, like Nico said, hope he made the right decision.
Yeah, man, because you said something there, which is crazy. They expect so much loyalty from the players.
But that's the fans, though. They've created
they
that
expect
way.
so much loyalty from the players, but they don't hold the same standard to the organization. They can just do whatever they want, man, and that just ain't it.
Yeah, I look at DeMarcus Ware, for example, bro. in Dallas, 9, 10 years.
Yeah.
You know, he was like, I want one more deal. And they're like, nah, head off to Denver, win a championship.
Yeah.
He was like, ring me.
Ring me.
Yeah. D. Ware didn't want to leave. Obviously, he wanted to bring that chip back to Dallas.
That's crazy.
You know, it's just the nature of the business and how, you know, fans are just unrealistic how they really, like, fans don't really know how they treat us players. Like,
no, they don't.
They think everything is just green.
Yes.
Ah, man.
But that's all right. I appreciate fans because they do come out and support. I cannot hate on that. And we appreciate it. Before you got to go, we're here for the Super Bowl, of course. Who you got in the game?
You know me, I'm going to take the Chiefs.
Okay.
You probably got the same mindset. If this game's close and they don't let Saquon go for over 100 like they haven't been doing over the past couple of seasons, if this game's close, I'm always going to take my money with Patrick Mahomes. He got like Frozone, ice in his veins.
Right, and this is coming from somebody who's competed against Philly. So if he's saying that ain't, you know, that's because he knows.
Yeah.
So, hey,
we appreciate you,
appreciate you coming on, man.
Yes, sir.
Definitely appreciate you coming on. This has been McCoy and Van Noy. We appreciate all the fans. Please
thank you.
Like, subscribe. We want to hear from you. McCoy Van Noy, yahoosports.com. We are live from Radio Row on the Toyota Land Cruiser set, and we are out. Love y'all.